Do you guys have a little one in your house that has meltdowns or throws tantrums? I'm just gonna assume it's not just me for sanity's sake. Anyways, if you know what I'm talking about, then I have some great books for you. This first one is called There's a Mouse About the House. And this one is so much fun because it's got this cute little mouse here. And it's really going to work with your little one's fine motor skills. So the mouse goes around and it's going to go up through the hole and in there. And then it's going to come out the next page. And you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to follow it along, and it goes from left to right, and so that is going to teach some of those first emerging reading skills that your kids will need. And it goes through each little page and has a little story along with it, and at the very end, the mouse is going to pop through here, narrowly escaping the mouse trap, and it's going to snap closed, and your little mouse comes out the back. Another really fun one that we have, and this is probably my most favorite one ever, is called All Better. If you have not heard of All Better, you need this book in your life. This book comes with a bunch of reusable little Band-Aid stickers, and you use them to put them on the pages where the little friends are hurt. So it teaches compassion, it teaches those fine motor skills, and your kids will love this one. It is adorable. And they each have little stickers that match. So you can see the little sheep. The little sheep has a boo-boo, so you'll put the boo-boo right on there. And at the end, they are all better. Another one that we have lots and lots of Lift the Flap books. And I know a lot of people are nervous about Lift the Flap books, but you guys, these are amazing for your kids because they are going to teach them those beginning skills of first using fine motor skills, but also Lift the Flaps have been shown to be like note cards and memorizing things. And so trying to look and find and having that interaction is really, really great for your kids. If you're afraid that your kids are going to rip the flaps, we have some beginning books, and you can see how thick these pages are, and the flaps are really thick as well. And then they can grow with your kids, and we have all the way up to books that are good for preteens or teenagers. This is our Numbers Lift the Flap book. And again, if you're afraid that your kids are going to break them or rip them off, then put this up on a high shelf and have this be a treat book, a book that you guys do together, not one that's out all the time. Okay, Nibbles. If you haven't heard of Nibbles, you need this book. Nibbles the Book Monster is so naughty. He goes through this book chomping through some of our favorite stories. And so you can see there's little books inside of this big book. And he munches his way through the pages and brings you to Little Red Riding Hood, munches through there, Jack and the Beanstalk, and then you'll have to see what happens at the end, but it is so much fun, and we can read this one over and over at our house. We love it so much. This one I love because it is something that will get conversations going between you and your kiddos. I love this because you can learn so much about them. It's called You Choose, and we have one that's called Just Imagine. It says, who would you like for family and friends? And then you look at the little pictures, and there's a ghost, and there's kings and queens and cavemen and all sorts of different things. And it'll really get that conversation going with you and your kiddos, and some really fun times and laughs, I guarantee it. What kind of home would you choose? What would you put in it? And there's just so many little conversation starters in there. I adore it. Okay, our next one, if you want your kids to sit and be occupied, noise books are where it's at. And guess what, guys? These noise books are not the ones that are going to sit and drive you crazy. This is one of my favorites. It is the first book all about the orchestra. It talks about all the different parts of the orchestra. And then can you hear that? It plays a little piece of the song. I love how this teaches all about instruments. We have many other books that are noisy books, and it'll keep your kids busy for hours. Let's not forget, that's not my series. We have almost anything you can imagine. If your kid likes pirates, if your kid likes cars, you can find a That's Not My Book for them. So these are really great because they have the touchy-feely stuff on each page, and they are also very repetitive. And so these are going to help your kids be able to start recognizing the words on each page, because they will read That's Not My Otter, and they will read along with you. And they will memorize it pretty soon, but guess what? They will recognize that that is the word that they are saying pretty soon. Lots and lots of fun. Okay, if you have kids that love interactive books, but you're still a little bit nervous to get them Lift the Flap books, I highly recommend these Slide and See books. They are very, very durable, but they're very interactive as well. So each page has a little notch on it, and you can see when you move it, the little stars come up. And there's other little things like these. These are called finger trails, and your kid can follow it along with their finger, and that really helps with getting ready for those emerging writing skills and those fine motor skills that they need. Last but not least, your library is not going to be complete without one of our busy books. So this is the Busy Car book, and if you haven't seen these, they are great. So this is a book that has these little tracks on it. So all your kid's going to have to do is wind it up, and then you're going to set it on the track. And there it goes. Can you see that? What kid doesn't need this in their life? I love it. Even my 7-year-old sits and plays with this book still. I love it. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know which book you're most excited about.